Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Planet Zoo. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I'm certainly excited to be back playing this game. I've actually, it's been about a week since I've played this game and I'm been dying to play it. Animals in Zoo Age, 3 times slower. This is a good thing. So this is how we left things off in the previous episode. I've not done anything at all. But there's a couple of things I'd like to do. This sign here needs to change eventually, but I'm not going to do that yet. Instead, what I'm going to do is see what research we've got done. That's fine. What's mechanic working on? Arctic theme. Cool. We'll leave them working on that. Awesome stuff. So, straight off the bat, I want to jump straight into things, because we are going to get our first animals today. What I'd like to do is bring a path along here, like so. But I think what I'm going to do is, can I have this snap to 45-degree angles and I would really like these to join up, just like that actually. That's exactly what I had in mind. I want to do the same over here. Just copy it on this side. I think it was... I missed one in the corner. That seems right. I had this at... we had it there. There it is. Right, let's get rid of that. I want those because if you look at the zoo like this, it now looks like somebody cheering. Unintentional. But we're doing alright for money. But I'd like to have an exhibit in here. Nothing particularly fancy. So we're going to go to habitat. No, barriers. That's the one. And for this one, we're just going to do wood logs, because we're not actually going to be doing anything with this exhibit today. Let's see. How do I curve it? I would like to curve it. Okay, maybe not. Actually, I don't want that there. I want to move this one out to there. I'll put that in there. And we'll go back up to a longer distance. Out to about there, I think will be perfect. If we zoom out a little bit, that's going to be perfect-ish. I'm going to do that and then go back up to 9. That's exactly what I had in mind. Of course. Go to 8 then. Obstructed. Obstructed by what? Let's move this one in a little bit. I want this to be a nice long section. Put angle snap back on. And we need about half that length, something longer than that. Go 6, and then I can drag it out to there. Oh, let's undo that. See if I can just move this one right along to there. There we go. So quite a simple shape. Let's see, can I maybe get a gate in right there that doesn't look too off, but it still connects to the path by any chance? Did that connect? I don't think that connected. Oh no, it did, I think. I think that'll work. But we're not going to do anything with this one. That's why I made it out of these wooden barriers, so nobody can see in. There's nothing there to see anyway, so it's all fine and dandy. Now what I need to do is get rid of all these trees. We don't want those trees there anymore. I want to go to terrain and that's chiseling down. I'd like to chisel up. Can I chisel up? No. Let's undo that. I want to make a hill. And I would like it a bit bigger than this. Something like this. I'll see if I can. That's more of what I had in mind. Out to about there. I'm not exactly sure how I want this to look yet, so let's see if we bring that path in to around about there. Something like that. Let's bring this back a little. Something like that, and we will smooth off some of this, just so it's not as harsh. Something like this. Because what I'd like to do is, we're going to have our first animal put in over here. I don't want this looking straight or anything like that, so I'm fine with that looking like that, because I'll put some trees in down here, and that will all be fine. And this area here is actually going to be like a little plaza. If I can swing that, that is. Let's work on our paths again. Let's bring that down to 2. I don't really want it on that grid. Let me put that back. And maybe align it to this grid. I can work with that. Yeah, that worked out almost perfectly. And I want the I'd like a natural path without curb markers if that's doable. Take that one away. Actually, no, we'll have that one in as well. Let's deselect the grid and see if we can. Something like that. No, I don't want that. Let's actually take those ones away and no. We'll put a tree in there to hide that a little bit. Yeah, quite happy with that. Like I said, there's going to be trees. We might put a shop or something in there if we can swing it, that is. What are these alerts? Need to keep our research going. We definitely don't want to fall behind on that because there's things I actually need for this episode. Whereas that's finished. Let's get you working on that. And what I'd also like to do is go back to terrain, if I could find it. Flatten the foundation up here. I want to bring this up over here, like so. That one. Bring this back a little. So it's about the same on both sides. Take that corner off there a little. I'd be about to do this in the day, but it's fine. Look at all that grass. Is there a way I can get rid of that? There we go. The grass in there is fine, I guess, for now. I don't mind it so much. Now let's go to construction. I would prefer it to be in the day. And I'd like to filter it by India. I'd like to build like an Indian archway here, if that's at all possible. What do we have in arches? That would do quite nicely, actually. Place it back a little bit, right there. I think that's a good place for it. It doesn't quite work. Place that there and there. Something like that, and let's do some wall decorations. Not entirely sure what these are. What are these? Oh, that's a tower, okay. Not sure exactly what to put here. Although that is quite cool. I'm thinking more like that's for windows. That one would be very cool, but does not fit. I think what we'll do is we'll go for a couple of these. Like so. And what I'll do is I'll keep working on this, and I'll bring you guys back when we have this little archway completed. Okay guys, that's the entrance built. It's not exactly how I envisioned it. I wanted a few more curves, and I'm not sure about these beams at the side, but we can always come back and change it at a later date. As always, it's raining. Gotta love the rain. So we're up to 31,000. We've done some research. I've been keeping it ticking along. So that's always a good thing. And what I'd like to do is go to facilities, and we want guest facilities. I think we put in, I don't think we actually have a toilet block anywhere in the zoo yet. It would appear not. So I think this would be the perfect place for one. Something like that. Can I, well, I want to synchronize prices. I want to change the colors. A little bit more natural looking. Blends in a little bit better. And we are going to have to decorate it so it looks less potato. Because that looks very bad. Arctic wood, how does this look? I mean, it's not terrible. I do kind of want this area to blend in a little. And I need the... Does this one not have one? So that doesn't look right. I don't know if that would stop him getting in. Yeah. Go for that. Go for columns. Something like that. That doesn't look too bad. That doesn't make a great deal of sense. How about this one? I could live with that. Something like that. I don't think looks too terrible. Yeah, and we're going to need a sign for this place. We're also going to need a roof. I should probably just do the roof first. I'm not sure whether we should go for just a flat roof. It's very dark over here. I don't think so. That kind of looks... I'm not opposed to that actually. So that way it kind of blends in a little bit more. But we are going to need a sign. I just want a generic toilet sign if that's an option. I'm sure it is. I just need to find it. Right there. And we'll throw a light or two up on it. Not going to go for anything particularly fancy here, just we'll just put a single light right there. There we go. So we got ourselves our first toilet block. Now we can charge for it. In fact, I am going to charge for it. I think 20p. Charge 20p to use the toilet. More research complete. Mechanic is working on the Africa theme. And the vet should be finished that research. We'll get it researching the next disease. So I want to get all of them researched because I don't want diseases. Now, as promised, we are going to get our first animal, but it's going to go right in here. It's going to be actually quite a big one. It's going to be this sort of size up to those trees, if you will. But before we do that, I want to get this area here sort of tidied up a little bit, and I'd like some kind of Can I filter this by Europe? Cypress tree. Oh, that's a bit big. Yeah, just a single cypress tree. That covers the area that I wanted it to. I suppose the other thing I could do is I could put some vines on the toilet block. That might be a step too far. Yeah, it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look particularly great either. I could maybe do that. That'll hide those weird little bits in the side a bit. Take the eye away from them slightly. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. Do we put one in the middle? Yeah, sure. Oh, it's snowing. Awesome. Now we need to go to terrain because I'd like this path to be a bit more path-like. Maybe just light soil. Alright, something like this. And we want long grass over here. We'll take that little bit off of the path there. There we go. Quite happy with that. It's very cold. Should maybe put heaters in this place at some point. I think this area would make a nice little pond, actually. Let's see if I can do something with that. Need a little bit more in the middle there. It's quite hard to see in the snow. It's not the prettiest thing, but with a bit of nature around the place, I think it will look quite nice. Stick a few bits and pieces of that. I think that will work. Just the odd tree stump, I think. It's no bad thing. Something like that. This edge here is horrendous though. I think the other thing we'll do is dot the odd cypress bush, or cypress tree along that edge there. I want this area to feel natural because I want to put in a few benches and things. I think it's important that we have some of these things dotted around. Put one of those there and right, I don't want it on the path, I want it next to the path, right there. Right, people are already using it. Good. Have one of those right there as well. Now, if we go for something a bit more modern feeling, I don't see a reason why not. So I'll put a couple of benches in, something like that. We need to do something over this area, but I'm not too worried about that right now, and we'll also line this area here with some kind of tree. But it looks like we're getting quite a lot of litter around. We're over 200 guests in the zoo. Okay, so I think it's time that we hire another caretaker. We'll drop them down over there. And I'm going to go ahead and hire another vet, because I want to keep our vet and mechanic that are 5-star working on research, but we still need a vet mechanic to go out and do vet and mechanic things. Now this light over here isn't powered, but this one is. When it gets dark, I kind of wanted to light this up a little bit. But if you have any suggestions to improve this, let me know. I might bring the terrain up a bit more or hide it with grass, but I don't totally dislike the idea. There's just a few details that I'm not completely happy with. This light doesn't actually appear to be lighting anything up. Let's move it in to there. Maybe if I move this other one, it might get power. That would be a firm no. Ah, no, that one's not got power. Awesome. We'll have to put some kind of power treatment over here somewhere. But I quite like how that looks. This we'll work on later. Although one thing I am going to do is I think I'm going to put some water in. Actually, no, I'll leave the water for now. I think we should lay out. First, we should lay out the path for our staff. Of course, it's going to snow. I think that's the same path. We're going to have to do a bit of terrain here. Give that a bit of a harsher edge there because we need to fix that. Let's try that one again. Get rid of that edge there. Third time lucky. I think we'll have the staff path running all the way along this outside edge. Something like that. So staff can use it as a shortcut instead of having to go all the way around. What's with this? Okay, the path is doing very weird things. Don't know what that deal with that bit is. But I do like how this turned out. It turned out not too bad, but I think I'm going to put here in for them because it looks rather cold over here. I'd rather keep my staff happy than the guests, if I'm being completely honest. Not entirely sure where I put this. I want it under the tree actually. So we'll set it to 24 Celsius. And there and down. So we should start seeing that tree turn back to pink any second now. Cherry blossom tree in what was supposed to look a bit like a European castle maybe doesn't work the best, but I just like that little bit of colour. Let's see, we've got low welfare. We'll Call the keeper. How are we looking for our exhibit animals anyway? We've got 2 in there. Loads in here. Right, let's see. Do we have a young male? We do. Want to just leave 2 in here. There we go. And let's see about these ones. There's 2 in there. Right, let's get rid of you and you. They're fine and they're fine. Alright, let's have a look at our exhibit trading. There's a quick bit of money in. Bit research is complete. Do a few of the admin things, get them out of the way. We'll get you working on that now. Mechanics research is also complete. You can continue away with that. And I think it's time we start building this enclosure. Now, like this one, I'm just going to build it out of wood just now, like wooden barriers, and we will, with this one, definitely have to upgrade it. But would like it quite close to the path. And I'd like it nice long stretches. That is not snapping to 90 degrees. I don't want that one there. Let's undo that. Let's see if I say about there. Like I said, nice big enclosure we're going for here. Why is there a path all the way up there? That, okay. Right, we need to bring this down to about, by the looks of things, 18 meters. Or that, I couldn't have lined that up any better if I tried. Alright, that's not bad for the first pass. Alright, let's get rid of that bit of path up there. That shouldn't be there. We have Tiger in the zoo. Claim that reward and let you continue with that. That's not what I wanted to push. So this big enclosure here, it's very big, it's very square. But it's going to be quite interesting. Let's go to paths. I want a different path in this area. I think this one. Quite like how this one looks. I'll try and do this. Like so. What is that? Why is that even an option? No thank you. I want to fix that bit there as well. Like so. That's not what I wanted. Why would you do that to me? Right, align to grid. One there. One there. Do that. There we go. So the path should change right in the doorway. That's exactly what I wanted. Now, with this, we are going to need habitat gate. And I'd like it to not mess up my fence, please. Thank you. But the animals that we're going to put in here are big. They require water. We'll give them water. I'm gonna have to do a jump cut shortly because I don't want to give away what the animal is until it's in. I think we'll give them something that looks like that and bring it around here. That went a bit weird there. Something like that, and let's see how that looks. That doesn't look terrible. I'm going to put some bridges in as well, actually. So we go to habitat. Is it not in here? Feeding platform, climbable platform. Now what I'd like to do is place one there, and then I'll give myself a third one. Line these two up and go out. And get this one and bring it in so it's actually overlapping one of those logs. And do the same over here. Needs to go down just a touch. I think this one needs to tilt back a little bit as well, actually. That looks okay. This one actually as well. Need to tilt this one too, but it's all fine. Just a hair. I'm not 100% sure that the animals are actually going to be able to use this, but I hope they can. And I want to duplicate that. Place it there and bring it up a little. It's not fully in the ground, but I'm quite happy with that. It gives them two ways across the river other than going through it, I suppose. Also lets our zookeepers in and about. But I'm going to do a jump cut here where I'm going to get our animal, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay guys, we are almost ready to bring the animals in. They've gone through quarantine, they've passed as far as I know, I hope they've passed. But before we bring them in, we need to get this area here all sorted up with information boards and the all-important donation boxes, if I can find them. Too much stuff in here now. We're also going to need some of these. We'll put one of them right there. No, there. I think there's one. Yeah, just there, but it's fine. Where is the donation bins? I feel like I can't see them for looking at them. What was that? An exhibit? Alright, I didn't know that was in here. There it is. We're going to have these fairly often, but I do want to change the colour of them. No, I think that's better. Alright, let's duplicate that. Have another one there. And another one there. And another one up at the end here. There. Now we go back in facilities. I have an education board here. Just to make sure it's facing the right way. One there. One there. There, and finally one at the end here. The other thing I'm going to do is these educational speakers need to go in at the back, like so. Hope I didn't miss a screen there. Now you'll have noticed that the fence has changed. That's because, like I said, when I was building it in the first place, I was just using the wooden fence as sort of like a placeholder. And we've now changed to one that is adequate for the animals that are going in here. Obviously it's an Indian animal. This is the Indian section. I've not done any of the terrain painting or anything like that, but I did build this. I'm actually quite proud of how this turned out. This is their hard shelter. Obviously we have VIP in the zoo. Blonde Bond 007. That's an interesting name. Right, we'll not click on that because that will give away what the animal is. We'll keep this taken away because I need that finished before we bring the animals out in a minute or so. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Click on that, get rid of that, back over here. Obviously we don't have any facilities or anything like that yet. That needs to move. And go right there. I don't have any facilities or anything like that yet up in this Indian section. We will have them. But before we do that, I want to put an ambient speaker. I wonder if I could bury this in the wall, or could I hide it behind the lettering? Right, and we'll have this play. Let's see. None of them really make much sense, to be honest, but we'll go for Birds of the Jungle. Yeah, we'll take that. It's not the best. Look at people, everyone running to the toilet. This pleases me. This is why it's called Rainy Glen Zoo. It's always raining. Obviously we have no reason for people to come up here yet, so I think it's time that we finally do the reveal and show you what animals it is that we've gotten. It is, of course, a mating pair of Indian elephants. This was hinted in a previous episode. Let me know in the comments if you managed to figure out what the animal was before this point. I did try and keep it a secret. The hint was very subtle. But let's see here. Let's see our very first animal in the zoo that's not in an exhibit. That's a big box. That's a big elephant. Alright, before we do anything else, let's pause, and enrichment's obviously going to be low. Habitat. What's the issues with habitat? Terrain's wrong, plants are wrong, a hard shelter. You've got to be kidding. That hard shelter is massive. You okay? Well, we can work on the terrain. Their size is fine, they've got plenty of water, but they want more short grass. So what I'll do is I'll put short grass around their hard shelter that they're clearly not happy with. I mean, I'd be happy to live in that, but you know, that's just me. Give them a bit more out here. I want some soil. I want a lot less long grass as well. Now, I have put heaters around here, so they should be more than happy with the amount of heat they're getting. I think I got it right with the temperature. I will double check though. Obviously, we will need to do some research and get them enrichment, as well as like just generally tidy the place up a bit. I put these sort of like bands across either side of this bridge. Is there anything else I want? I mean, they're not opposed to sand, so I can put some sand around the water here. Because I feel like that would just make sense. Sort of a beach type vibe going on. So paint inside the water too as best I can as well. Now hopefully they're able to actually use these bridges. Kind of disappointed if they can't. They want more soil, but they're getting there with the long grass. I still want. I just want a sandy little river for them. It'd be cool. Right, more soil. Give them a patch of soil over here. Something like that. That's all in the green. They're hard shelter. They're really not happy with that hard shelter. I thought that was plenty. Maybe they can't get into it. That might be the problem. Yeah, they probably can't get into that. I will fix that in a second. Okay, so they want tropical grassland and temperate plants. I can do that. Tropical grassland and temperate. Yeah, they're a bit sizable. Put a couple of trees in. You don't like them? Okay. Okay, you're happy with them though. Was it them you didn't like? It was. That's not going in. They're huge. Happy with that one. That's gonna block all the view. I think it would be quite cool to have like a small bamboo section over here. What is that all about? No thank you. Can I fill in that gap down there? Good enough. Let's click back on here and you want more coverage. Okay. You're fine with that tree. I wouldn't have thought that would be right. Yeah, you're fine with the coastal mangroves. Quite like how that looks actually. Get in there with the plants. Still want more coverage though. Oh no, they don't like that tree. Okay. Let's go for a couple of palm trees. Put in with a bit more over here. Go for the medium one next to it. More coverage and more plants. Are you fine with them? It's a bit weird looking, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Still more, right? I think that would count as coverage, to be honest. That's just a cool tree. You just don't like it though. That's rude. Should be fine with that one, yeah. Still more. God, they want a lot of coverage. I was not expecting that. Alright, they're technically happy for coverage, but I would like that in there. Too few adults, they're not happy with that. I thought it was one of each. We'll have a look at that in a bit. But what I'm going to do just now is, because this episode is dragging on a bit, I'm going to do a jump cut. I'm going to fix their hard shelter and move on from there. And I'll bring you guys back in a second. Okay guys, that's us back, and the elephants are a bit happier. It's up to 60%. What I did was I made their thing here a bit bigger. I didn't want to make it any wider out this way because I quite like the look of this, but we might have to rethink that. And then I covered one of the bridges and put an elephant statue up there because why not? Seemed like a interesting thing to do, but it does mean that the adult elephants can't actually get over there, or at least this one can. I don't know about the smaller one. Let's find out. No, maybe the baby elephants can, but obviously enrichment's still low. But what we are going to do is, if I can remember how to do it, I need to set up the this one. So mechanic, I want you to come every 6 months, and I want to keep her to come every month. So yeah guys, we finally have our first animal in the zoo in our second exhibit. Now, one other thing we want to do is I want to name this. What should I name it actually? I don't want to name it just after the animal. I have an idea. Tiny Dumbles. Hopefully Disney doesn't get too mad. Yeah, the fence is already broken. That's probably not good. But I also put the zoo ticket prices up, so that's a bonus. So we're now up a little bit higher. And we will get an animal in here soon. But it's nice to finally have the actual habitat animals. Okay, this barrier's it's not looking good. For saying they've not actually walked near it, it's not looking good. Are we getting any donations yet? That is the thing. 18 quid. Oh. Just, oh. Let's see. Yeah, most appealing animal is our elephants, which is to be expected. But I'm going to call this episode here for today. It's probably been a little bit longer than normal, and there's not been a time lapse in it, but hopefully you have enjoyed it nonetheless. And I also take this opportunity to point out that this episode came out a different day than what the previous two have. This one obviously came out today on Tuesday, and there will be another episode coming out this week on Thursday. I'm going to start making Planet Zoo twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so let me know in the comments down below what you think of that and what other animals you'd like to see. But as always, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, you can hit that subscribe button. There's also a bell icon next to that. That will notify you whenever I post new videos, providing that YouTube decides to make it work. And you can also find me on Discord. The link will be in the description below, and of course I'm on Twitter as well. My Twitter name should pop up on the screen just now. But thank you all very kindly for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.